Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, man, I am a little drained today. Let's see who's up on Sunday. So, I went ahead and titled this Don't Jump to Conclusions. And pretty much because I feel like that's where a lot of everybody's anxiety is coming from. Everybody is so quick to jump to the conclusion. You're so quick to try to figure out what's going on before you let anything finish going on. And if you would just sit back for a second, you would get the answers that you're looking for. But the problem is you're actively searching them out. So you're not getting answers, but you're finding information and you're just shoving it into gaps. And then you get more information later and then you realize, oh, I should have probably calmed down just a little bit. Other cool story. This basket went with me to the Zen Den yesterday. I wasn't planning on it or nothing. I just saw it and I picked it up, and my aunt saw it. Um, oh yeah, because my car wouldn't freaking start yesterday, so that was the issue too. I am having problems with something with the electronic system. Like the car is fine itself, but like the theft thing keeps going off. So my car wouldn't start. So I had to get a ride to the store while they figured out how to turn off the anti-theft thing. And my aunt saw this basket that I used to carry my tarot cards in, and then she goes, "Oh, that was my mother's." She goes, "Yeah, that was hers." She goes, and she said, she's like, "Cause it's actually a really noticeable basket. It's double weaved. It's got really fancy handles, so I definitely believe her when she says she recognizes it." I collect baskets from the thrift stores, so I didn't know it was an important basket, but I thought it was cool. Grandma found a way of sneaking herself over to the Zen Den. I also, there is not enough sage in the world for the nonsense happening right now. So this one happened with everything. I just filled this with butane too. No reason it shouldn't be working. Always got more somewhere. There we go. Finding this to be pretty interesting too because I'm not telling anybody when I'm doing stuff. I'm just kind of letting it happen and seeing who notices, who doesn't, who shows up, and who doesn't. Because I don't want these to be um, the same messages for everybody every day all the time. And also, it lets me know what YouTube and Facebook are doing. So, along with the messages of do not jump to conclusions because that is the quickest way to drive yourself insane. What else do we got? I do the lights the same way every day, yet for some reason the lighting is different every time I come on here. I don't know how I look to y'all, but let's get some cards out for today. Anything else you need to know, you want to ask me, you want to talk about, or whatever, my email, our Facebook group, the Coven Silver Cord, and any other information is in the description below. don't know about y'all, but I got a bunch of different decks. So what I do is I just feel them out for a second. If nothing comes out, then that deck ain't got nothing to say today. I actually take the time whenever I buy a new deck to read it, like to read through it or try to learn the cards somehow. I think that is good. You know what, though? This is the only deck that doesn't go to the Zen Den with me. She actually has her handmade bag out of a pair of pajamas because I was told about, I don't know if you guys, but I got my first deck when I was 13, and my mom always told me when you get a new deck, you should sleep with it under your pillow and things like that. So, you know, the dream state thing is all tied in, a little box that I made for it. I'm such a dork. Made that when I was about 19 too. Let's see what she has to say for today. Gosh, she doesn't have anything. So, these videos are also just whenever you see them, because they take forever to load once they're loaded. So you're either having coffee with me in the morning or you're watching this with your evening coffee. Y'all getting into out there. All right. Seven of Swords. This is reversed. Someone's not being fair. Someone's taking more than their fair share. Someone is not considering everyone's emotions right now. Third-party situations, regardless of what they are, whether there's somebody else interfering in your relationship, that's a platonic relationship that's messing with your relationship, whatever it is. Third-party situations happen when you are dealing with one person is a narcissist. One person in the three-party does not care about anybody else's feelings. You need to figure out who that is, all right? And understand that they don't care about your feelings either. So you need to start putting you first. Sorry, I'm a little fiery this morning. Four of Pentacles reversed. You're worried about stability. Are you worried about stability? Are you really worried about stability? Would it really be worse to have a little less than you have now than dealing with the bullshit that you're in right now? Y'all are going to have to forgive me. This is going to be Sundays after I've done a whole bunch of readings because it does get hard dealing with y'all wallowing in this victimhood, woe is me all the time, man. Because maybe it's the women in my family that I grew up with and that raised me, but I mean, everything. Look, the goddess is not playing with y'all today with this. Look at this. You're unbalanced, oppressed, justice reversed, Four of Pentacles reversed, and she doesn't usually pop out reversals like this. This is even Four of Cups reversed. You're not open your eyes. You're jumping to conclusions about random off-the-wall topics, okay? Because my main message when I started was stop jumping to conclusions. So what are you jumping to conclusions with? You're jumping to conclusions with you're trying to figure out who or what's going to save you from this situation, right? Nothing's going to save you. You save you. You save you. That's what it is. And I've said this before in a bunch of stuff. Morning. Can you ask for a reading? What's your question? I'm sure they're done with me yelling at them. God has done told them what they need to do. You save you. Will you get a new job? That's kind of a silly question. I mean, eventually, of course you will. If you keep trying, I mean, that's not much of a prediction. That's more of a, mathematics. The more you try, the more options are available to you. The more you open yourself up and put yourself out there for new things. But I'm assuming you're waiting. Yep. I was about to say, I'm assuming you're waiting for a specific job call. Let's see. Will you be successful this time? Well, it's all frequencies, baby. It's all frequencies. Will you be successful depends on, do you put out the frequency of feeling successful? I haven't perfected it either, so feeling unworthy is a hard program to break. Trust me. Chill out now. The Nine of Swords reversed right now. A lot of why things can't come in for you right now is because you are stressed out about needing things to come in. That just puts out a very shaky energy, and it actually blocks things from coming in. If you watch the replay, I actually talked about how I had all this stuff happen yesterday. I ended up being late to my job, and I thought I was going to get in big trouble for it. But luckily, the people I work with believe in divine timing too. So let things come in when they're supposed to. Don't stress the when so much. Just keep focusing on what it is you're actually passionate about, right? I know you're focused. I know you got a lot of worry right now. You're worrying about everything that's failed in the past. Don't stress that. Don't stress that at all. Things should start taking off in September. That's just for everybody. You got a lot upside down here too. I'm going to have to reset her. Got all this going on. This is the outcome you want. The outcome at the end you got here is the Queen of Swords. So I do see success, but the universe is giving you time right now to work through your energy. The reason you're not getting more successful when you want to is you keep allowing things to affect your energy too much. You got stuff you're really passionate about. You're good at your job. You're good at what you do. You want to do that, and that is awesome. But you got all this anxiety and worry and uncontrolled emotions, and can't seem to keep your passion up because you're stressed about everything, and you're worried about being too generous to others right now. This is another thing. You probably have some leeches within your system too that are leeching your finances, and they're draining your frequency and they're lowering it for you. You got to find how to cut those energetic cords so that they don't affect your energy anymore. I do see in the long term, though, it is going to come through. You're going to have to be very careful with your words. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be really on point with your words. Whatever job offer is coming in, you have to be really on point. You want to be as eloquent as possible with it. You want to be to the point, but you want, you know what I'm talking about. It's that corporate bullshit. The P's and Q's. The higher up on the ladder you go, the more you have to watch your P's and Q's and everything else. I mean, that's just society in general. I mean, you look at how the difference between a peasant and court life, even in medieval times, was crazy. I spent a lot of time diving into people's past lives. Y'all have no idea how easy we have it now. And seriously, money comes with some responsibility. Well, especially when you're in like the working sector with a lot of people. Yes, it's real life. It's real. If you want to work with other people in the real world, then yeah, you have to work within the co-created dynamics of society. You have to be a pleasant person, and you watch your P's and Q's and watch your mouth and don't say the swear words, and be nicey. It's just how it rolls. I'm way more fluid with you guys on here than I am when I am in person. That's just how it is. See, I was thinking I might need to reset her, but there's not a whole lot of reversals in the deck right now. It's messed up. But one of the big messages I've had out right now is just, watching. I'm not saying don't stand your truths. I'm just saying be careful how much you guys rock the boat right now with everything that's going on. I don't know. Maybe that's lifetimes and lifetimes of having to go through this nonsense that I'm just like, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Sometimes the wolf in sheep's clothing is just trying. They don't want to be a sheep. They don't want to be a sheep, but they also do not want to get shot by the farmer. But they done cut down all the woods and there's no place else for them to be anymore. So now they're forced to be among the sheep. And they're like, look, we're going to be cool. We ain't going to kill the sheep, but for real, don't shoot me either. I don't know. But your reading did show a lot of, you need to take this time. Like, everybody gets so focused, and that's the other thing. Don't jump to conclusions. You think the universe is punishing you because it's not giving you what you want right away. It's not punishing you. It's giving you time to finish working through your internal stuff so that way you are projecting the frequency of success before you even start this new job. And then that way, when you get there, it will be more successful than the last job because you already put the work in and the energy work in to make sure that your frequency was correct before you even got there. You're welcome. If you ever want a more in-depth type reading, all that's in the description. My problem is it's hard to figure out how to do readings because every reading's pretty much different. I try to do a similar layout, but really it's just how, I don't know. I feel my way through it every time, and every reading's just a little bit different. Good morning to the 4 watching. 4 of you in here got the 9 of Cups. You got all that good, lovey, juju energy going on. You're probably wasting it in the wrong areas, though. You gotta go out there and find that good juju energy in the real world, too. Gotta carry it. Carry it through your day. I bet he just popped off, too. He got his reading and he left. All right. Don't jump to conclusions today. That's going to be the big message. Don't jump to conclusions. Stop trying to forecast the future, right? And start giving this guy. Stop trying to forecast what's going to happen. Stop dwelling on, well, what if this happens? 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 Or stop trying to figure everything out. I know how hard it is. I was talking to somebody the other day about how, like, I get stuck into this mental state where I want to, like, untangle every necklace cord that comes in play. I don't know. I read somewhere that was a vampire thing, too, or they used to put knots on vampires when they buried them because, like, the obsessive need to untangle string is supposed to be a vampiric trait. I don't know. Like I said, some people are vampires. They don't even know it. I could be. I'm pretty sure there's a few of you out there that probably are. I think we all have the potential to be that way or not to be that way. So the message to go along with the do not jump to conclusions, do not let your mind spiral out like that today is take it into focus. Take it into focus, right? Ace of Swords. Control your thoughts and your words. Do not let your thoughts take you spiraling out of control today. It's time to kind of ground down to earth. We've got the contemplation here. This is Chang'o. You can look her up. She's a Chinese mood goddess. I do suggest you go and look up her legend. It's a good one. But this is about contemplating. And especially with her story, it's contemplating on a mistake that you made. So this is getting over this casting judgment on others for your circumstances right now and accept the fact that, and I said it to Rob yesterday, I was like, I accept the fact that I take full responsibility of being exactly where I am. In some way, shape, or form, I chose to be exactly where I am. That's what this card is. This is about coming to that revelation and that conclusion. 5 of Swords. It's not worth the conflicts anymore, guys. 8 of Staves. It's time to move beyond it. Whether you can move distance or not, you need to, like, energetically remove yourself from the conflicts now. We're all done with that. Seize upon your own strength. This is actually the strength card in this deck. This is Oya. She's a Nigerian goddess of the winds in the Niger River. And that is all about let your emotions flow. Let your words flow. As always, like I said, do your best to be as eloquent and soft as you can. If you figure out how to do that, tell me how, because I still come off extremely harsh all the time. I don't know. But it's telling you to try. It's telling you to try to be as eloquent as you can with your words and as soft as you can, but still use strength, still get to the point, still make sure your emotions are known when you're doing it. Speak softly, carry a big stick, all right? This is all about don't defend yourself when you need to defend yourself, like for sure. And defend those that are most important to you. Like, I don't know, one of the group I read for yesterday, they do these things where I end up being some sort of family session person for these people. And it was back to back to back, a mother, daughter, 2 daughters and a mother. And the whole message that they got was stand up for each other, fight for each other. It came out in all three of their readings. It's because they're all dealing with one massive asshole entity energy in their house. And I was like, the answer is each other, if you've got a team. But this card for you guys, it's all about defending yourself. And definitely, if you have people who understand your situation and know your situation or are with you in your situation, it's time to start coming together. It's time to start talking about how to deal with it. Whatever, interventions, whatever needs to be done. It is time to start making those decisions. Technically, we are in the casting phase for the new moon. It is tomorrow. So, yeah. If you'd like to join us, I will be doing more on the magical aspects of the casting for the full moon in my group on Facebook, the Coven Silver Court. You want to know how I do my castings? You want to know more about the witchy stuff that we're doing? That's where you go. And yeah, as always, you can always refer back to the new moon video. Any video where you see my desk with the picture of the book, that is going to be a hand video going over the astrology numbers. All right. I love you guys. Holler at you later.